What's up, guys? Plotterman Cards in the house, and today I'm here with the last of the Dimension Force leaks. That's right, guys. No more waiting and wondering and pondering, hey, should I pick this up or not? Because now you have me here to help you with all the leaks. Now, I was expecting these to drop one by one until maybe the week before the set dropped, but Konami pulled a fast one on me. Anyway, I was sitting at work and I was scrolling through Instagram because I'm the greatest employee of all time, employee of the year, in fact. And I see that they released a couple of them at the same time. And so my reaction was like, so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the first card. So the first card is a normal spell card. It's called Materiactor Analyst. Don't know if it's Analyst or Analyst, but knowing Konami and it's a censorship, it's probably Analyst. So you can only activate one card with this card's effect, with this card's name per turn. One. Detach one XYZ material from a card you control. Then, if the detached material was sent to the graveyard, you can set it to your field. No, this is not something I would ever use in any of my decks. Maybe I could see it used in a Gradle deck, but I run a Gradle deck and I don't really run any XYZ monsters. So that's more of a synchro deck anyway. Next, let's see what we got. Okay. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that. It's a rank 6 Fire Machine XYZ effect monster with 300 attack and 600 attack and 3000 defense. Its materials are 2 level 6 monsters. So its first effect is, well, this is a long one. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, activate this effect. Roll a 6-sided die. So I'm already not using this card in any of my decks. Rolling a 6-sided die usually has the stupidest effects and usually screws you over to the max. Alright. Assign the next 6 main monster zone on either field from the perspective of this card that is in a main monster zone, a number from 1 to 6 clockwise, and move this card into the zone assigned to the number of the die roll result. If there is a monster in a zone this card is about to move to, attach it to this card as material. If it is an XYZ monster, transfer the materials to this card as well. Ooh. If this card is more than 6 XYZ materials attached to this card, the controller of the card wins a duel. Okay. If this card cannot move to a zone, or if there's a monster in the zone, send this card to the graveyard. Okay, so this is another one of those gimmick victory cards. This isn't something I would play, but I can see people starting to make decks that are based around this. I just wish. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I wished I knew exactly how it worked, but right here, I guess, is an example of how it moves around the field. So it's going to move this way, 100%. And based on the die that you roll, this is how it's going to work. And so you're kind of hoping that your opponent has a bunch of monsters lined up. And so the zone that you probably want to put it in is all the way on the left. And yeah, this is something I would use when my opponent has multiple monsters lined up on the field. Because otherwise, what did it say about if they have nothing on the field, what happens? Guys, this is the definition of a gimmick card. I'm assuming if it has 6 materials attached and it's on your opponent's side of the field, by the time it has 6 materials attached, your opponent wins the duel. This is terrible. I would never run this ever. Alright, next, we have a card called Midday Centennial. It has 2300 attack, 1500 defense. Its effect is you can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap zone as a spell card. During the standby phase of the next turn, after the set card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card, then destroy all cards your opponent controls in the same column as it. Okay, so my original take on this is I like the fact that it can special summon itself, but I think it's very slow to special summon. So first you have to set it to the spell and trap zone, and then it has to get destroyed, and then you're going to have to special summon it on the next phase, the next standby phase. And then you're going to have to destroy, max you can destroy 2 cards, right? Maybe 3, if depending on where you place it. No, I would not play this card either. I think this is too slow. This is way too slow. Unless you play something like maybe Mystical Space Typhoon and you destroy your own card, but even then you got to wait a whole other turn. And if your opponent sees it coming, maybe they can work around it to not have as many cards destroyed. Well, now I know why they released so many cards all together at the same time. I've been disappointed by pretty much every single one we've seen so far. Let's see. Hopefully, I won't be disappointed by the next one. So this one is called Mare of the Shore. It is a levels 4 water aqua effect monster. Hopefully this will be good for some of the shark decks. It has 1500 attack, 1600 defense. You can only use this card's names 1 and 2 effects once per turn each. 1 is if this card is normal special summon, you can send 1 aqua monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Mirror of the Shore. And 2, during your end phase, you contribute this card and target 1 aqua monster in your graveyard, except Mirror of the Shore, and add it to your hand. So I guess it's a searcher, but it's not a good searcher, just because this is done during your end phase. So you send it to the graveyard, whatever card you're trying to search, and then you wait until your end phase, you tribute this card, then you add whatever you're trying to search to your hand. If you need something really slow, in terms of if you're like absolutely missing out on a searcher for your aqua deck, this I guess you could run with it, but you'd have to wait till your next turn. Guys, why would you run this if you can run Beautiful Princess? I know Beautiful Princess is like $14 right now, but even then, not running this is a better option than not having Beautiful Princess. Alright, next we got Yamatako Orochi. I suck at pronunciations. I can barely read, guys. You're going to have to bear with me here. It's a level 1 Water Sea Serpent Tuner effect monster. Its attack is 0, its defense is 800, its effect is 1. If you use this card on the field as synchro material, you can treat it as a level 8 monster, okay? And effect 2 is a synchro monster that uses this card as synchro material gains 1 of these effects based on its original level. So if it's a level 8, it gains 800 attack and defense, or if it's level 9 or more, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. This is kind of terrible, just like the others. With most tuners, what you want is for it to be able to special summon itself in some way. Maybe someone smarter than me could figure out a way to just keep this on the field and special summon other stuff, but I wouldn't use this. Konami, I just have one question for you.
Why? 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 Why?
Alright, let's see way number 8 or whatever other number we're on right now of Konami breaking my heart. This card is called Entoming Casketsarcophagus. It is a dark zombie, level 4 with 0 attack and 0 defense. You can use this card's name to effect once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can take control of that opponent's monster, and if you do, that monster becomes zombie type and its attack and defense becomes 0. And secondly, when a zombie monster you control is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster and this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, take control of the opponent's monster, and if you do, the monster becomes zombie type and its attack becomes 0. Okay, so firstly, the monster is useless to you unless you're XYZ summoning or fusioning. You're just trying to get something out of the extra deck, essentially. So what I'm thinking here is this is a shittier Gradle. If you're trying to run this type of deck where you want to take control of the opponent's monsters, I would recommend running either Relinquished or Gradles, because this is a waste of time. What do we got next? Surprise Chain. It's a quick play spell card. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Activate as Chain Link 2 or higher. Apply the following effects in order depending on Chain Link number of this card. You cannot activate this card if multiple cards with the same name or effects such cards are already active in that chain. Okay, so 2+, excavate a number of cards from the top of your deck equal to this card's chain link number and place them on top of your deck in any order. 3+, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and 4+, draw 1 card. This is only good, I would say, if you have 4+. So it's very instance specific, and so I wouldn't run this either. Garbage. All right, next we have, this card is called Dream Pillow Parasomnia. Alright, it's an equipped spell card, and its effect is you can only use the 1 and 2 effects of this card's name once per turn each. So the first effect is, during the end phase, you can activate this effect, destroy the equipped monster. Okay? And secondly, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a result of the equipped monster being destroyed, you can special summon 1 Parasomnia token with the same original type, attribute, and attack as the monster this card is equipped to, then equip this card to the token. Not bad. Just off the top of my head, I would obviously, you would have to either equip this to a monster that you know is beneficial on your side of the field to be destroyed, or you can destroy 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. But the problem is this is during the end phase. This means that you have to pop off all your effects, and you have to know that, hey, I'm not going over this monster. I can't get around this monster, and so only other choice I have is to equip this to that monster and then destroy it, which is very, very slow, and it kind of destroys your momentum, kind of destroys your flow, and you have to wait an entire other turn to get anything in, which is not that great. All right, next we have a trap card. I think that's Luster Dragon on the artwork. It's a book that has Luster Dragon in it. So it's called Pawn Shop Ledger Book. Does this imply Luster Dragon was sold to a pawn shop? Alright, so it's a normal trap card. Target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls. Banish them until the end phase. Then, your opponent gains 1,000 life points for each card removed from the field with this effect. Why? Why would I do this? I can just run a Raigeki. This is a shittier Raigeki. Raigeki I can at least use on my own turn. Alright. Last card. Finally, I'm sick and tired of being disappointed today. I'm about to go cry after I read this last card. Alright, Vivid Tale. It's a normal trap card. You can use either this card's name 1 or 2 effect per turn, and only once that turn. Its first effect is target 1 card you control, return it to the hand. And secondly, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 face-up you control, 1 face-up card you control, set this to your field, but banish it if it leaves the field, and if you do, return that face-up card to the hand. You cannot activate cards with the effects of cards with the same name of the card returned to the hand for the rest of this turn. Why would I use this card ever? Alright guys, I think I have enough material to crawl myself to sleep tonight. This was Plotter Cards, and thank you for watching my review of the last releasing cards of this set. Anyway, oh my goodness, look at the time.
It's time to do